What's up, y'all? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Yes, I know. You shaved, Mark? Yes, I know. I did. I'm sorry. Every once in a while, I got to reset. I would like to also apologize for the fact that I was not here a couple days ago. This is going to be episode 3, or should I say part 3 of the Taking a Break series. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Well, it wasn't yesterday, but a couple days ago I was supposed to post this video. But a lot. A lot. Sometimes I don't think it gets talked about enough that YouTubers deal with a lot. And you got to remember, YouTube is not my full-time job. And even if it was, sometimes you need to take a little minor break. But we are back. Daily December has not been in danger. I thought it was going to be, but we're good to go. So again, today we're going to be talking about part 3. But before we start the conversation, please leave a like, a subscribe, hit the notification button, and leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Today's topic is going to be the break series for college students. And I decided to do this last because I am technically still a college student as well, although I am taking a bit of a break. Hopefully, if things work out according to plan, I should be enrolled back into UCF for the fall. And I'll be getting my specialist in ed leadership. I had to take a little break because honestly, life just happened. And also there's a test that I have to pass. It's called the FELI. Very, very difficult test. It's an administrative test. You basically take the test to become an administrator in the state of Florida. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no interest in becoming an administrator, and I didn't really realize that until maybe a couple months ago. But I'm already pretty much done with the program. I take the test, I pass the test, they'll let me enroll in my last class, and then I graduate. So I'm like, well, screw it, I'm already here. And I mean, you never know what God might decide. A lot of times we decide one thing and God decides to put us on a totally different path. So, it's always good to have something in your back pocket. But anyways, I'm here to talk to my college folk, those of you who want a traditional break, not an extended break like myself, but a traditional break where, as the recording of this video, it is winter break for everybody. And, things that you should do, things that you should not do during winter break. So let's start off with things that I'm going to start with a do not. And I know they say don't start off on a negative note, but I got to put this up because this is really mainly for my new coming college folk, right? I mean, this can go for everybody, but especially y'all that just turned 18 and 19, because I see a lot of 18 and 19-year-olds make this mistake. Do not do anything that you are going to regret going into the next semester. What do I mean by that? A lot of times, and I have to tell my high school students this as well, people believe that, what I do off campus counts for off campus. Yes and no, and here's what I mean by that. If you get into trouble with the law, depending on the institution that you go to, you do realize that your college/university can suspend and possibly remove you from the institution permanently. I don't know if you knew that, but it kind of goes without saying what you do outside is still a representation of us. As long as your name is attached to that institution, you still are a reflection of that institution. It's kind of like your parents, except your parents is more permanent. You know how your parents will tell you, hey, don't be out there acting a fool. You represent me, right? Well, you represent the college or university that you go to until the day that you graduate. And even when you do graduate, you still represent them. It's just once you graduate, you get into trouble, they ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But while you're there, you want to be very mindful, because guess what? Word may get back to your institution, and they may outright decide you need to take a little bit more time off and think about your actions. So, I know everybody wants to have fun and this and that and so on and so forth. It's probably your first time back home, or if you go back home, or whatever the case may be. But just don't do nothing stupid, okay? Like I tell my current students, don't do nothing stupid. I'm telling y'all the same thing. Don't do nothing stupid. One thing you should do is make sure you relax, especially if this is your first semester in college. Congratulations. Welcome to things not being so easy. And you need that break. You need it, okay? So please, like I've been telling my fellow teachers, like I've been telling, all the students out there that are not in college, take time out to relax, rest your mind, do what you got to do to get yourself back on track to where you need to be, okay? Let's go ahead and just do another positive. One thing that you should do during this time, if you haven't already done so, make sure you are set up for your classes for next semester. This is mainly for my freshmen, because obviously sophomores, juniors, and seniors, you already know the routine. But freshmen have a habit of waiting for quite some time. You don't want to do that. I know there are times where, they'll say, well, you can register for your classes. Just make sure you register by blah, 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 such and such date. Yeah, don't wait till the last minute, guys. All right? If anything, you probably should have registered in November. But, if you didn't, or depending on your institution, maybe they didn't allow you, maybe you had some stuff going on, maybe you had a balance, that's a possibility. Please make sure you register early on, okay? And if you can't do it as early, you need to do it before you set foot back on that campus. And I say that because you don't want to be scrambling around for classes. Classes might not be available depending on where you're at, or you might not get the class that you want to get. Like, for example, if you're not a morning person, obviously you want to give yourself afternoon and evening classes. If you're not a night person like myself, you want to do classes as early as possible. Remember, the early bird gets the worm, regardless if you're an early bird or not. So make sure you get on that. One thing that you do not want to do is you don't want to be posting random things on social media that could possibly get you into trouble. That means performing inappropriate actions and behaviors. I think you could read between the lines with that. Doing drugs and posting that on social media, and so on and so forth. Okay? Again, this kind of goes back to point number one, where don't be going ahead and doing stupid stuff while you're on break. Because people check social medias. Think about it. When they are recruiting for college sports players, and even, regular college folk who may not do any sports, or whatever the case may be, right? They are looking at your social media. Your social media says a lot. So you want to be very mindful about that, all right? Yes, you technically do have the right to post whatever you post on social media, but that doesn't mean you should, okay? So make sure you keep that in mind. One thing that you should do, or my last do, is not only should you spend time with your loved ones, but while you're doing that, come up with a game plan for next semester. Now, I'm not saying that you have to spend the whole entire break coming up with a game plan. No, just take a day and a half, maybe. Sit down, especially for those of you who are graduating next semester, or you're going to be entering into your senior year as of next academic term. You want to really sit down and think, where is life going to go next? Obviously, if you're a freshman or sophomore, it's simple to just, go ahead and just be like, all right, let me plan out next semester and see how this is going to go. But if you are a junior, or especially if you are a senior, life is coming at you fast. And you really got to sit here and think to yourself and give yourself time to really figure out what's next. What should I be doing moving forward, right? Especially if you're graduating in May. If you're graduating in May, yeah, you definitely got some thinking to do, because I'm assuming that 9 times out of 10, you're finishing up your last few classes in the fall. Maybe it's 1 or 2 classes, maybe it's 3 or 4. Maybe you're doing your internship, whatever the case may be. These are things that you want to factor in, okay? And the last don't is, I would say, don't go into the new year or the next semester thinking that if you didn't do so well the previous semester, the next semester is going to be just like that, okay? It's okay for you to, have a bad semester every now and again. It happens. I know there have been times I didn't have so great semesters at Cookman or even at UCF. But the question is, what are you going to do to get back on track? Just like I told in the video a couple days ago for my high school students, right? It's not about what you do in the middle, because sometimes in the middle you might fall short. But it's more important in terms of how you start and how you finish. So my freshmen out there who didn't have a good first semester, you might be on academic probation right now. What are you going to do to shift that and turn it around? Because it's not too late, hopefully, but let's fix it. If you're a senior and you're watching this, and maybe you didn't have a good fall semester, maybe you've been just stressed out about life in the future, finish strong. For my people that are in the middle, okay, it happens. You got tripped up, get back up, dust yourself off, in the words of Aaliyah, and try again. All right? So hopefully this helps for some do's and don'ts in terms of what you should do for the break. I'm actually going to give you a bonus one. Have fun. All right? Have fun. School can be stressful. college can be stressful. As somebody who's been in college many years, and I'm still planning on getting a doctoral degree after I get my specialist, I know it all too well how stressful it can be. So, have some fun, enjoy yourself. If you got a job, make that guap. And yeah, that's about it. So this is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. That brings us to the conclusion of our The Break series. Daily December continues. I'll see you guys soon.